Hello and welcome. This is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Motorsport Manager. In the last video, not only did we take our first podium, we actually came in first. So that was really nice to see. Pretty surprising. And it was Mustafa El Sadat that did that. Pretty fantastic. Now, it's been a little while since I've played, so I just have to reacquaint myself with what we're doing. So, all right, we're still having to repair parts. And we're designing a new part, which is suspension. What is the race we'll be doing? All right, okay, so we've got rain, both practice and on the race. That's the first time that's happened. Top speed, medium corners, and high speed corners are crucial. That's probably why we're building suspension. Makes sense. Fuel burn's very high. Tire wear is low. And we've got two different types of soft, super soft and normal soft. We'll probably be running the intermediate and wet tires, though, because of the rain. All right, well, that being said, I don't think there's anything else for us to do, although I have been thinking about this a little bit. I want to take a look at drivers here. So we've got this guy as our reserve, and I've been doing scouting, but I think, you know what, the scouting wasn't really telling me what I really wanted to know, and that was what unemployed drivers are there, right? And it looks like we've scouted some of them. Like, for instance, Angelina Cassini here, or Cassiani, I guess is how you pronounce her name, might be a good replacement for Peter Young because she's about equivalent in ability. As a matter of fact, let's just compare her right now. She's nice and young. As a matter of fact, she has a trait because of that. Also a new haircut. All right. But she doesn't have that much potential, and that's kind of where I'm not sure with, because I'd like her to replace Rogers potentially as well, and I'm not seeing that she's going to be able to do that. Also, she's not nearly that marketable. Not that I really care on a reserve driver, but yeah, I mean, she's better in a lot of stats. The main way that Young is good is in feedback. So I could have Young go out and practice and give me better feedback on the car than what I'm getting out of Rogers, for instance. And I could have been doing that. I just didn't because I don't know if the driver actually getting experience in practice helps or not. But if you want to set up the car at its best, you know, that's what feedback can do for you. So I'd like to pick up a young reserve driver like Angelina Cassiani, just somebody with a little bit more potential, but I haven't seen that yet. Of course, another thing we could do is we just flat out upgrade Rogers and then make Rogers the reserve driver. So if we clear the selection, got a lot of other unemployed drivers here, and oh, we can just scout them from this this menu. So, all right, scout, 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 scout. Go through here, scout. Oh, all right. I guess we have filled up the queue. So she's going to continue doing the younger drivers, but we also have told her to scout unemployed drivers so that we can see how good they are to see if they're worth picking up. Because most of the drivers we scouted that are young, they're already with another team. So, you know, Hong Liao here, he might be a great pickup. He's got good ability now, he's got good potential for the future, but he gets paid quite a lot, and he's already working on another team. Same thing here. I mean, Amy McLeod seems fantastic. I would love to pick her up, but she doesn't make that much money, but she's working with another team. So if I talk to her and I said, approach driver, she's not interested. She's still in a contract, and that contract's going to last another 5 months. So we have her scouted, so when those 5 months are over and her contract is up, we can consider options like that. But for the meantime, we'll see if we can pick up somebody during the season. I don't know if we have the time for that because the scout seems to take quite a while. But in any case, let's go ahead, progress time here. So car repairs are done. So before I get into the mail, let's take a look at the cars here and what we're improving parts-wise. So we're not actually improving anything. Now, honestly, what we have left to improve isn't really going to help all that much, but we can at least work on some of these things. But I still want to work on reliability here, so let's work on that. Now, I don't think we're working on anything that really matters for reliability. No, we're full on pretty much everything that matters, I think. Okay, so let's go to the mail. Okay, so Peter Young joins the World Rallying Tour. Okay. Top European Racing Series driver. Yeah, I doubt that as a reserve. Is taking up rallying and will compete in an upcoming championship. Rallying is known to be quite dangerous and is a far cry from Young's day job on the racetrack. All right. So he gets a little bit of abilities for a while. I don't think that's going to really make him one of our drivers, though. And then car repairs finished. Let's go ahead and continue here. We've taken care of our other stuff. All right, more stuff in the mailbox. All right, car repair finished. Oh, we already just read that. GMA vote on changes to the type of tire used. Okay, European racing teams, blah, blah, blah. GMA will be voting on bringing in low-profile tires, which have a very distinctive look. They are the second lowest performance tire around, however, coming in at a fairly cheap price of $15,000 per race. GMA insiders are essentially expecting the vote to come down to money. The richer teams will want higher performance tires to make the most of their cars, whereas the smaller teams will almost certainly want to save money. This is just a money issue. I don't know if I care either way. My team's smaller, but is $15,000 going to make a difference? I probably would vote against it, to be honest with you, but we'll see. And then it's Mustafa's birthday as well. All right, hi boss, it's Mustafa's birthday. Should we get him a nice present? I hear he's pretty touchy about his birthday. What do you think? A card will do. He's fine morale-wise. He doesn't need it. I mean, we can see that. Driver details. Morale through the roof. And that's because he just won a race. He's a race winner. For 2 weeks, he's going to be ecstatic. That outweighs the dilemma. I mean, I don't know how long that dilemma is going to last. I don't see it here, so... all right, well, whatever. There was something I want to check, and that is current rules versus next year's rules. Yeah, see, we voted on longer qualifying. I think that didn't have any real bearing, though, because we don't actually have qualifying. If we had qualifying, it would be longer, but we don't have qualifying, so that last vote was completely pointless. So maybe the voting's a little bit randomly selected. I'm not really sure. I'm not sure how that's decided. But I guess that last one didn't really matter, and I didn't think it would. But it's not listed there, so I'm assuming that it's not really technically going to affect us next year. Okay, well, I think we don't have anything else really to do here, so we're just going to continue. All right, some other races are happening. We got some stuff in the mail to check. All right, reliability work complete. Scouting report finished. All right, we'll check this guy out, Johnny Navarro. Hey, Johnny Navarro is really good. He's young. He's already on a team. So, I mean, he's got really low morale, but he makes a lot of money. He's got a long contract. I doubt he's going to do anything. He's also dumb. All right. So, car reliability work's done. See if there's anything else reliability-wise to work on. There is. Or not. Yeah, here we are. Brakes. Again, probably doesn't matter. And I'll just shift that the other way. We'll get these parts improvements happening. And how many more days do we have for the design? We have 2 days. All right. So this is World Motorsport Championship and the Asia Pacific Super Cup had a race. Okay. Probably only a day away. Nothing's really changed, so we'll continue on here. Alright, so we finished our suspension build. As much as we probably have time to build another part, I'm not sure if we should. I'll have to think about it. First, let's fit the part. So, I think that's our first suspension part, so that might be the main reason that I would build another part, is just so that we could get another suspension part. So what I'll be doing is that to there, and that to there. So Their suspensions are equal, but this one's not very reliable yet. So we're going to have to improve that. And of course, we'll do that through here. So that did go through, right? Yeah, okay. Improve part. All right, so reliability, we're going to need to start working on that suspension. And we're going to crank that sucker up. All right, we're not going to get it done in time. What happens if I do this? There we go. If I give her less to do, she'll get it done. And we also want to improve it, too. So let's cancel all these out and improve suspension. And we can improve those other things that don't really matter as well. All right, there we go. Just make sure that's cranked up on reliability so we get that job done. And I might be willing to, like, put one of these in. No, we'll not. All right. That's fine. Let's go ahead and continue here. So we'll get it done 2 days before the race. So we'll be ready. With that in mind, do we build another part? I think not. Because we might get it done. Well, I guess there's a couple ways to look at it. Yeah, let's design a new part. Why not? I don't think we have anything else planned. I mean, we're already working on building a headquarters, so we'll be good there. I think we continue with suspension, because that is a weak point. Brakes are also a weak point, but I don't think we can currently necessarily improve them better than they are. I mean, technically we could. But I think we go with suspension and gearbox to get them up to knowledge available. So then if we build a headquarters that allows us to actually use great parts, we can actually do that. So let's go to suspension here. And we're going to build what? I don't want to risk level unless I can negate it somehow. So we've got let's reduce the red zone. That's at least what we're going to do for now. And then we've got medium speed corners plus 40. Plus 5 days, plus 40 to the max. Or plus 2 days, medium speed corners plus 15 to max, and then plus 20 overall. I say to the max, because then you can improve it much higher, right? And then that makes it an overall better part. And I think if we get that done before this race, then that means we can start improving it. I mean, we probably won't get it reliable enough for this race, but we can start improving it to get it up to that max. Yeah, let's do that. Build time 5 days, medium corners plus 42 max. All right, 50 minutes after race. That's not too bad. Cost is 900,000, so we'll go a little bit into the red here. But we'll go ahead and build that part. Confirm. Okay. Well, let's continue now. What we got in the mail here? New vote started. All right, we'll go to the vote, but I don't care either way. I'll vote for it, but I have a feeling that the vote's not going to go that way. So we'll save a little bit of money, but have worse performing tires. Okay. I don't think it's going to go that way. But you know what? The chairman has a tendency of voting for whatever the new rule is. So we'll have to see. So right now, votes against, it's actually tied. Votes against, so it was rejected. Did the chairman not vote this time? I don't know, because we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, I don't think the chairman voted this time. In the past, the chairman was voting to... Oh, maybe it was only in ties. That was probably it. And we clearly lost because this guy no voted. All right. Not the end of the world. I don't care either way. Profile tires rejected. Again, I don't really care. Yeah, so no real changes outside of Beijing next year. All right, well, let's continue here. We finished scouting a driver. I don't think there's a reason to pause for that, though. All right, so we just got beginning of the month stuff. Scouting report finished. Okay, we've got something going on here. We'll see that in a second. So, Philippe here is not a very good driver. Okay. And then what we got? Watch out, Archer BMR mechanics. Mustafa El Sadat's ego is about to jump several sizes as the Egyptian driver is going to be starring in his very own documentary. Oh, okay. Marketability. Okay, well, that's good for him. I mean, he's actually got quite a bit of improvement there. Yeah, there we go. Our team's almost to 50% marketability, so we might get some good sponsor deals. As a matter of fact, we have a chance for that after this race. All right, well, in any case, let's go ahead and continue. It's interesting to see. Our reliability work done. Let's pause and go to the car stuff. And we'll just improve the reliability of the brakes here. Again, just to do it. I mean, we're not really going to be using those brakes, but... Alright, so we managed to get our suspension up. And it is slightly better than what we had before. So, we should have slight improvement in that regard. But, I don't know... As a matter of fact... rank that over that way so we get a little bit more improvement before the race happens, but I don't think we have many more days to go here before the race. So and we have something in our mailbox. What we got? Oh yeah, reliability work done. All right, so I think we're going to be traveling today, right? So let's continue. Okay, because we finished well, but I don't expect to finish in first again, or even second, I'm going to go with this one again. And then part fitting, let's just double check what we've got going here, just to make sure we have the best parts available. So let's go from the top. So they both have equal gearboxes as far as performance, although his is slightly more reliable because of that my lack of knowledge early on in this playthrough with that whole red line thing. And then he's got the better engine. Yeah, we're good on gearbox, we're good on wing, and we're good on suspension. Unfortunately, we didn't raise that suspension up any higher for the race, but that's what we're going to take. Okay, so race time. We'll be doing the practice in this video. More than likely. Alright, new track. It's going to be rainy, so we're going to have to prepare for that. I don't know how much water will be on the track starting practice. So I don't know if we're just going to be going straight wet tires the whole time, or if we'll be doing intermediates and wets. I'm not really sure. We'll have to see. Okay, well, we'll be going our two normal drivers. Alright, so car setup. We'll start with Roger's car. Alright, so we need higher downforce. This is more of a turning track, what I'm gathering from the stats we got before race day. Let's bring that down a little bit and bring this on up. Although, I did say we want to emphasize maybe the rear a little bit. That looks like about where I want it. Okay, handling, we need a little bit of movement here. And we're really going to harden up that suspension. That's probably good there. And then gear ratios, we need a lot of acceleration here. Alright, we'll try that setup and see how he likes it. And then tire choice. How much water is on the track? There's projected to be a lot of water on the track. I'm going to go out with intermediates for both drivers to start. And then we'll try wets if it gets too wet. That way we get experience with both. Alright, so that's going to be his setup. And then over here, we're going to need downforce again. Be brought up. That looks like about right. We're going to need to... Oh, you know what? Actually, we need to go the other way with his car. And we're probably not far off of where he needs to be. So I'll just soften it up slightly. And we need more top speed, apparently. Not something I was expected to have to do. Alright, I'll put it there. And then... we'll do that. Alright, tire choice for him. We'll be doing intermediates as well. I'll confirm. And continue. Take the practice. Again, I don't know if you would get your cars dialed in very well otherwise. So send out. And send out. Send out. Let's speed time up here a little bit. Okay. Decent amount of water on the track. See if we can get these tires, the knowledge up, before we switch them over to wets maybe. I don't know how wet it will get. We might not need the wets. Steering is weird. Shouldn't we run longer ratios? Okay, more angle on the wing. So we're a little off so far. Mustafa doing well in practice so far. Be our first time doing well in practice. No other feedback so far. Alright, handling's off on Mustafa. Feels like the right arrow's set up. Nice one, guys. So we got something right. Alright, well, we're in third now. I mean, we'll have to see as we practice here if we get any better. Alright, we got our race trim up. He's going to be pitting. There's the intermediate tires. Handling is feeling superb here, guys. Nice work. Really happy with the gear ratio is excellent. Alright, so we got one positive with Mustafa, two positives with Rogers. Now, the one thing about this practice I have to keep in mind is other drivers went out there with, I think, soft tires and other what have you, and they didn't have the right tires on, which is probably why we did better. All right, well, let's send you out. Now, the one thing I don't remember is how much water you want to have on the track. So we're okay with the downforce. Handling is very poor, though. Speed balance is good. All right. The one thing I don't remember is the tire choice, how much water you want on the track for it. Because we're seeing about the same amount of water. So if this is where we'd want it for intermediates, then obviously we want to stay on them. And this is how much water we have during race day. That's what tire we'll want to use. All right, well, in any case, we need to change the downforce to not be... Oh, no, downforce is fine. It's the handling that isn't. I'm going to try and adjust it in a way that we can bring that top speed, or the speed balance, back into the good range. We have our downforce about where it is. I'm not going to mess with it too much. I could try and tweak it. You know what? We'll try and tweak it. So we just need a teeny bit lower, like that, maybe. And then, oops, maybe back off a little bit with, oops. All right, we'll do that. Okay. So we made some changes. Tire choice, let's just confirm here. So water on track, so you want this pretty high. Here you want it kind of in the middle, which is right where it is. I think we're fine with this tire. And unless it gets really wet, there's no point in using wets. So we'll stay on intermediates, projected to be wet on track on race day, so let's send them out. And we'll wait for Rogers to come in here. All right, so we're great, good, very poor. All right, well, hopefully we get some feedback here and we'll know how better to set him up. All right, so he needs to be higher up. Okay, well, that's not too bad. Probably there. And then we'll just kind of adjust the handling a little bit. So that's probably better. Like that. Okay. Let's go out there on that, and we're gonna again be using the same tires, so send them out. All right, away we go. Let's watch Mustafa as he comes out of the pits. All right, so we're in 6th and 8th in practice. And a lot of that might just be because certain drivers just refuse to come in and switch their tires, or just haven't yet. Let's speed up. Speed balance is right on the money. Okay, so that was what he was... Nice job with the handling. It's much better. Okay, we're good, I think, then. Unless they complain about something else. I'm hitting the limiter on the straights, boss. All right, so I thought he said he was good on the gear ratios. Air's feeling great right now. Just right setup. Okay, so we fixed that. Alright, well, we already knew that with Roger's car. Too much roll in the car. Handling feels too soft. Didn't you just say the handling was better? Maybe we've improved it, but not enough. Alright, well, we've got good knowledge of the tires we're going to be using, good knowledge of the track for race day, and I think we're kind of dialed in. I'm not sure if everything is at its best, but we'll see when it comes to race day. But we finished 9th and 12th in practice, which is the best we've done. I don't know what to think of that. I guess we're on the up and up. Maybe I've finally figured out what I need to do. I don't know. All right, so are they actually going to say positive things about our racing? That was okay-ish. Well, that's better than terrible, I guess. Well, It's going to be on to race day, and I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.